Okay, Piper, tell us out in YouTube land, what do you think of the vehicle back here? Isn't it comfy? Yeah, that's right. Guys, this is our great puppy Piper. And she is just a complete joy. And she's got her own spot. She owns the whole back of the truck here, from the rear seats all the way here. This is Piper land. It's all Piper, right? And you guys know we've got canvas back that we use. And Piper, we love you. All right, Piper, say hello. Hey guys, welcome back for a new episode. Terry and Piper back there, and thank you for being here. We appreciate you spending your time with us. So hey, just got word from one of my sources. There was a big show out in Las Vegas for the dealers, Toyota dealers, and they wheeled out the new 4Runner, new 6th Gen 4Runner, and they had to confiscate cell phones and things like that. Just imagine the new 4Runner looking a lot like the Tacoma with a blocky design, and I've come to find out that they're combining the 4Runner with the RAV4. Given that 4-cylinder motor and the $55,000 starting price of the LandCruiser, you could see more affordable 4Runners out there. You could also see, given the RAV4, the new one coming, and the existing 6th Gen 4Runner that's coming, they're going to be combined together in their marketing campaign. So some people will get pointed to a new RAV4. More to the point, the reason for this video is I say time's up with what I learned about Las Vegas. Now is the time to get a 5th generation 4Runner. I prefer a normally aspirated engine any day of the week over a small displacement turbo, given tolerances, just what we know factually about turbo issues on the market. The EcoBoost is the best example. The 2.7 liter GM 4-cylinder is another great example of garbage motors. I'm sure the Toyota power plants will be head and shoulders better than those power plants from Ford and GM and Chrysler, I guess now too. But I have to say, why take the chance? Never buy a vehicle in its first or second year. They are still experiencing these same issues and problems with quality on the new redesigned Tundra. Who wants to go through with that? And if you think this new Taco is going to be quality or issue free, you better drink a lot of coffee. I would tell you just to get the last generation Tacoma, to be honest with you. Who wants the price increases that are coming with all this stuff? They don't care. They don't care. The only way to make them care is to shut down their plants, idle their plants, and they have to reduce their profits. I mean, it used to be with Henry Ford making the Model T. If you make more of them, the cost of production goes down, and people can afford the cars with what they make at the factory. Those days are gone. GM is striking right now over that. These workers are working at GM plants. Well, all the UAW workers are working at these plants, and they can't afford to buy what they produce.
Everything's changed.
And that's a horrible situation, and most people can't afford this stuff anyway. You know, incomes have not gone up with vehicle pricing, and the average price of a new vehicle right now is around $50,000, and there's been a 17% price increase in 3 months. It's only going to get worse. So welcome to Bidenomics, or whatever you want to call it. These companies are greedy, and leasing has given them a way out of jail with their high pricing to move a lot of inventory. If you ever wonder why GM, Ford, Stellantis dealers are full of vehicles usually, it's because they overproduce at the plant, and it's really just a staging area, the dealer. Back to what I'm talking about. This is your last chance to get a 5th Gen 4Runner, and I say do it. And I just wanted to give a few more good reasons. And the first reason is for people older than 50, or people that are close to retirement. The big mistake I see with retirees is that they get into this endless loop of leasing vehicles that they hardly ever use. Get a 5th Gen 4Runner, pay it off. It'll last your whole retirement, cradle to grave. Just take care of it. I couldn't think of a better, more reliable vehicle for a senior citizen to use than a 4Runner. We love ours. You know, even though it's got the base shocks, I guess, I love the ride. We love everything about the truck. Piper will back me up on that. Okay, so the next reason to get one is it's now. Now's the time. And you won't regret it. I'm sure the new 4Runner will be that shiny ball, will generate a lot of interest. New things always are shiny balls. anything new, even a Fiat, is nice. It's once you get 6 months to a year and a half into ownership. You know, there's always the issue I keep harping on everyone with buying a vehicle in its first and second year of production. I hold up again the Tundra as evidence of this. Still a ton of issues with that truck. You know, I want to say from a design perspective, the Tundra looks like a GMC Sierra to me. I don't know why GM is being mimicked by Toyota design staff. They might be looking at overall, overarching, the fact that GM moves a lot of trucks and it's because of their design. There's better looking trucks than a GM in a lot of cases, and definitely better quality trucks out there. And I made this point about Land Rover too, with the new LandCruiser and the GX550. Why are they mimicking Land Rover? Everyone knows a Land Rover sucks when it comes to quality, are extremely expensive to fix after a year to 2 years of ownership. Now is the time to get one. You might find a couple in January or February, but that's when the prices will go up, because after that they'll be gone for good. So get one now before the panic rush starts in, and I don't care what version of the 5th gen you buy. Okay, the next reason why you should get one now, a 5th generation 4Runner 2023 before it's too late, is the fact that unbeatable reliability and quality of these trucks. I know the new version of the 4Runner may have a quote-unquote nicer interior. As the Tundra proved, that was just a nicer interior in terms of maybe the layout. It's a very plasticky interior in the Tundra, and I'm just not too impressed. Right now, the 4Runner overall is just a great vehicle. I don't consider it an old school vehicle. I consider it a vehicle done right. I consider it a vehicle by a previous generation of Japanese designers that really cared about what they were doing, not the current woke culture at Toyota right now. I still believe the 6th gen 4Runner will be made in Mexico alongside the Taco, and like I've said, it's being integrated in marketing with the RAV4 when it does come out. And my next reason is pricing, why you get one now. The 4Runner is that unique vehicle with midpoint pricing that holds its value, sometimes goes up in value. I guess in relative terms, in spite of all the inflation, that the 4Runner can really be a good value right now, the 5th generation. So let's get into our wrap up for this video. Thank you guys. Okay guys, let's wrap up this episode. So I always say thank you for spending your valuable time with us, but let me just top down go over some key points. The UAW strike. These people can't afford what they produce. That's wrong. That lets you know there's price gouging across the board from all manufacturers. The next part of the UAW strike is vehicle quality. I'll just talk about the Bronco, horror stories for quality. So they may want more money, but they also have a responsibility to do their jobs like they care about what they're doing, with the accountability, and really care about quality. I don't see that right now from Stellantis, Ford. Ford's the worst of it, and GM. And you know, I'm just sick of all the problems, all the recalls, and then blame the supplier, blame this, blame that. No one gets let go at these companies for their screw up. They're killing the economy overall. And the automakers have themselves to blame when the UAW wants to ask for a 40% plus pay increase on their salaries. They're making money hand over fist. It's a bad business model because they're putting themselves out of business eventually if this continues. The other main point is now is the time to get a 5th generation 4Runner. In my opinion, you'll pay sticker or maybe less right now. The market's kind of slowing down because of high interest rates, and some dealers may back down on 4Runner pricing, believe it or not. It's just now's the time to get a classic, a legendary vehicle that you know will run 10 to 15 years, if not longer, as long as you do the general maintenance on it. It's a fantastic vehicle, and I am hard pressed, just like with the Tundra debacle, that truck was the best full-size truck on the market, best pickup truck on the market, the old Tundra. If history is any indicator, Toyota does not have its you know what together for new vehicle builds, especially in the truck market. Now's the time to grab your 4Runner. I really think it is. If you're seriously considering a vehicle that's good for your budget and good for your expenses and gives back to you with good resale value, this is the time to do so. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching another video. I'm blown away. We are so growing right now, and I can't tell you how much Piper, oh, there's Piper back there, I think. Piper and I'm just blown away. Thank you so much. I so appreciate everyone. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. And until next episode, take care of each other. We appreciate you and have the best day possible.